Guys, it's Melissa with Investment Yoga. Today we are going to do a core flow. So all I need from you today is your mat, some comfy clothes, and then let's meet in child's pose. So for child's pose, reach your arms forward, place your head down on the mat. Begin to focus on your breathing in and out. This is time for us just to kind of focus in and hone on what we're about to do. Begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, if that's available. On each inhale, make it longer. And exhale, let more air out. If you'd like, you can tent your fingertips. So bring your fingertips up. You're engaging your arms, engaging your shoulder muscles, waking up the hands. When you're ready, come up to tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. From here, we have a flat back, so looking straight down, your back is flat. We're going to do extended tabletop. So let's start with just bringing your right arm out and your left leg out. Your fingertips are reaching towards the front and your back heel is flexed down. Imagine stretching your body out even further. 3 more breaths here, engaging that core. And you can release that one down. Let's do a cat-cow. Inhale up and exhale down, looking towards your belly button. One more in. Bringing those seat bones towards the sky, and exhale, cat. Making space between those shoulder blades. Come back to tabletop. We'll do extended tabletop on the other side, so bring your left hand forward and your right leg out. Foot is flexed down to the floor. Core is engaged. Continue to breathe, stretching the arm forward further. And you can release that down. Let's do 2 more cat-cows. On an inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking between the legs, making more space in the shoulders. One more time. And exhale. Nice. Come back to tabletop. We'll tuck our feet under or send our hips into the air for downward facing dog. Now this is our first downward dog of the day, so be gentle. Feet are hip width apart. Gaze is between the back of the legs. And let's come down into a plank pose. Hold this, checking in on your posture, making sure your core is engaged, back is flat. Come back up to down dog. 2 breaths. And plank. Core is engaged. Pressing the mat away with your hands. And down dog. Continuing to breathe through the nose and out the nose if that's possible. One more plank here. And we'll slowly release ourselves all the way down to the mat. Untuck our toes. Chin is on the mat. And we'll bring ourselves up to cobra, baby cobra. You can lift your hands. Using that core to pull you up, pressing into the legs. And come back down. Let's do baby cobra again. Push ourselves up to downward facing dog. Notice how this one might feel different. Pedal out the legs. Give yourself any movement you need. Maybe your hips side to side. And come to stillness. And we're gonna do a twisting dog. So we're gonna take our right hand and reach towards our left leg. Looking underneath that armpit if that's available. 2 breaths here. And release. Engaging the core, pressing through the back of the legs. And let's twist to the left, right. Coming back to down dog. Let's do just a couple calf raises here. Shake the head, yes or no. And you can release yourself down to child's pose. That was a lot of shoulders. Checking in on your breathing. Slow things back down. Bring yourself to the present. If you'd like, you can take your arms and make a prayer over your head. Stretches the shoulders a little differently. 2 more breaths here. And let's come back up to tabletop. Okay, let's find that neutral spine, so not dipping, not arching. Neutral spine, and we'll do tabletop crunches for those abs. That's what we're working on. So bring your right arm out, left leg back, and you're gonna bring your elbow to your knee. We'll do this 5 times. 2. Exhale, 3. Keep breathing. 4. And 5. Hands down. Come back to that neutral spine. Opposite side. Left arm out. Right leg out. Bringing yourself in and out. Feeling it in the core, slow and controlled. Your right arm might be shaking. That's okay. And 1 more. And come back to neutral. Let's just do a little bit of rolling here. Just to wake up the arms. Give them a little break. Switch directions. Nice on the wrists. And come back to neutral. We'll do cat-cow. Inhale up. Seat bones towards the sky. Exhale down. More space. Pressing into that mat. Inhale up. And exhale cat. Give yourself any other movements you might need. If you want to bring your hips side to side. I know I get really sore and stiff in my outer hip. And from here, bring yourself to the neutral spine. We're going to do awkward airplane, and it is awkward. So you're gonna bring your right arm out, keeping that back flat, and your left leg out to the left, toes down. We'll hold this for 5 breaths. If you can only do one or the other with the arm or leg, that's fine. This is really an awkward pose, and that's why it's called awkward airplane. Trying to keep the core tight and release. So on an inhale, bring your left arm out and then bring your right leg out, toes towards the ground, holding the core tight, trying to keep a flat back, pushing into that right hand. These make me shake every time. And return to child's pose. And walk your arms to one side, to the right. Getting a little stretch in the left side of the ribs. You can bring your left hand over your right to get more of a stretch and look underneath your armpit. Breathe into that stretch. And walk yourself back to center and then go to the left. Feeling it in the right side body. You can bring that right arm over, right hand over the left, looking under the armpit, keeping your center down though, keeping your butt down to the mat. And let's walk ourselves back to center and come up to the mat. Side plank is next. So from here, bring your left hand into the middle of the mat, spreading the fingertips out wide. You'll bring your legs out. Your right hand can be high or it can be on your hip. Option to always have your foot down and just bring it out enough so you are feeling it in the core. We'll hold it for 3 more breaths. And come to center. You can come back to child's pose if you just want to stretch those arms out. And we're going to go to the other side. So right hand in the middle of the mat. Spiraling your heels to the same side. Opening up, having your hand up overhead or here. Holding the core tight. And come back to center and release. Let's do cat-cow. And we're going to do that again, but we're going to do side plank dips. So bring yourself up into that side plank. And we're going to dip our hips. Slowly. Should feel it in your core. 3 more. Making sure you're pressing into that hand, not dumping into that shoulder. Nice. And the other side. Come into that side plank. Get a strong stance, and then you'll dip your hips. So you should feel it here. 1 more, keep breathing. These are hard. And down. Come back to child's pose, your resting pose. Let's just take 3 breaths here. Nice work. Next is our dolphin pose. So bring your hands onto the mat, and elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Bringing your legs in, because this is going to be dolphin pose. You're going to send your hips up into the air. So bring your elbows close together. They should not be further than shoulder width apart. Hands are flat. Your butt is up in the air, so it's like down dog but on your forearms. So this may be enough stretch for you. If you'd like, you can begin to walk yourself forward and get closer to your elbows. Continue to breathe here, 3 more breaths. And just play around with it. You know, what feels good, how your legs should feel. You should feel tightness in your hamstrings. And come down. Let's roll our shoulders back a couple times. Move the head side to side. Let's kind of waken those back up here. Let's come back into that pose that we set up for. But we're just going to do forearm plank. So you're on your forearms just as you would be in a plank. And this can always be a substitute for plank if your wrists hurt. Core is engaged, almost tucking your pelvis under, engaging that core, pulling your belly button towards your spine. 2 more breaths. And down. Send yourself up to down dog. And let's bring our right leg up into the air. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Should feel the stretch in your left leg. And bring it down. Holding your core tight. Bring your left leg into the air. Feeling that stretch in the right leg as well. Down. Then take your left leg, step it forward towards your left hand. We're going to come up into crescent. So bring yourself up slowly and controlled into crescent pose. Drop the back leg down. Straighten the front. And we're just going to stretch over that leg, pulling your toes towards you. And then bring yourself up. Toe is flexed, hands are on your hips, and we're just going to use your core to bring yourself down and back up. Down. And just 3 more times, making sure you're using your core to pull yourself up and slowly bring yourself down. Last one. Nice. Let's switch legs. Right leg forward, pulling the toes towards you. Let's stretch over the leg while we're here. We might as well. Bringing yourself up. And we'll do that again 5 times. Slow and controlled. Nice work. Feeling that core as you come down. And last one. Bringing it back up through downward facing dog. Now feel this down dog. You feel much warmer, much more malleable. Thighs are not all tight and your hamstrings aren't super tight. While we're here, let's do those downward dog twists again. So bringing your right hand towards your left leg and hold. Keep breathing. Bringing your hand to the mat, and let's go the other side. Left hand towards right. Holding that core. And release. Come to plank pose. Hold this. We're going to do plank step out. So you're going to bring the right leg out and in. Left leg out, in. Right leg out, in. Left leg out, in. Now stop. Check in on your plank. Double check that you're not up or not sinking. Should be in a straight line. As we get tired, we kind of lose our form. So keep going. And keep breathing. Last one. And down. Tuck the toes under. And slowly come back to sit on them. Just give our arms a rest here and stretch the feet out. It's just fire toes pose. This is one of my favorite poses. And while we're doing this, why don't we go ahead and do eagle arms. So bring your arms out. Right arm comes underneath your left. And then fold them at the elbows and bring your hands together. If this is enough, stay here for the stretch. If this is too much, just give yourself a big bear hug. Otherwise, if you'd like, you can bring the elbows up to shoulder width apart, shoulder width height. And come back to toes pose whenever you want. I know you'll have to come up and down a couple times, that's okay. Release that, then bring your left under your right. Do the same. And you can come in and out of the toes pose. If this was too much, again, you can just give yourself a bear hug. It's enough to give yourself the shoulder stretch we need. So from here, up to downward dog. Looking between the toes, releasing the head. We're gonna do downward dog crunches. So we're gonna bring the right leg in to the center of the body and then bring yourself back up. In to the center of your body and up. If you'd like, you can curl your head towards your leg. 2 more. Or you can continue like this. Last one. Awesome job. Plant the foot down. Left leg's in the air. And bring it in. 1. Keep breathing. You're doing awesome. 3. 4. Last one. Nice. Bring yourself through and come down to a seated position. We're going to come off the shoulders now. Bring your hands behind your thighs and just give yourself a couple of rolls. Kind of wake up the spine. Come back to the top of that roll. Begin to bring your body back and bring your legs up. So we're going to do boat pose. So we can do boat from here, or hands here, or you can do extended boat. Whichever you prefer. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Continue to breathe. One more breath. And release. Come to your back. Legs to the outside edges of the mat. Let's windshield wiper those legs. And bringing your feet to the middle of the mat, about hip width apart. Some space between your butt and your legs. We're going to do bridge pose. So when you're ready, hands are alongside you on the mat. Begin to bring your body up into the air, pressing into the heels. Opening the chest, continuing to breathe. Lengthen your head, lengthen your neck, and slowly come down. Nice. Let's do that again, bringing ourselves up into that bridge, straight body. And then, if you'd like, bring one leg up into the air, and we're going to pulse it up. Your core is tight, pressing through the left heel. Right heel is towards the ceiling. Nice, and plant that down, holding that same position. Bring your left leg up into the air, flex your foot and press in. Feeling it through the core, feeling it through the glute. Continuing to breathe, that's a lot of instruction, I know. And set it down, and bring it down, slowly. Pull the knees in. You can rock if that feels good. And come to a position. We're gonna do that rock, but we're gonna come back. Then at the top, we're gonna have our abs stop us. So you get down, you come up, and instead of coming down, you have your abs stabilize you. You come back and stabilize. Back, stabilize. Nice work. One more time. Nice work. Coming down onto our back. Feet are on the mat. We're just going to do some crunches, your opposite, crisscross crunches. So bring yourself up and opposite. So right elbow towards right knee, your left knee, and switch. Using those obliques, making sure you're not using your head or neck to make the movement. Slow and controlled is best. And last one. Awesome job. Come to a complete flat position. Lay in a very comfortable position. Legs out wide. Arms can be up or alongside you. But just take a few moments here to savor in the practice that we just did together. Give yourself gratitude for showing up for your mat today. Being grateful for those abs. And I thank you for letting me be part of your home practice today. You can stay in Savasana for as long as you'd like, but if you need to get on the day, I invite you to come up, bring your arms overhead, reaching high, bringing them through heart center, and we'll end today on Namaste, meaning the spark within me honors the spark within each and every one of you. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day.